Good morning or afternoon or whatever time it is, Nerdfighters. Yeah, I know. It's meant to be a far more attractive and female variety of Nerdfighter on today, but it's not. It's me, and I have gross hair and haven't slept. Well, I have slept. I've slept about 6 hours in the past 4 days, and I'm not in the best of moods. I didn't want to do a video because, quite frankly, I am in a lot, I was gonna say a swear word, but I didn't, of pain right now. But then it occurred to me that I could actually make a video about that, because I know you guys like to learn and you like being nice, and I can teach you how to be understanding and nice to people in vaguely similar situations, or indeed worse situations. To give you a little bit of background, I have had a knee of sorts issue, a joint issue I suppose is actually what it is, since I was 15, and I had a pretty serious sports injury. I mean, it's not like I can't do like stuff, because obviously my job is manual handling and things. I would say since I was about 15 I've spent 1 month of every year in pain. So that's the kind of, when I say chronic pain, that's what I'm talking about. Like 5 years of pain. Not only is it like mentally exhausting that you're constantly in pain, but it also makes you physically exhausted because you're constantly in physical pain, meaning you don't sleep well. If you don't sleep well, then you get into mental pain, as in you get headaches and you're exhausted all the time, and it's just plain old-fashioned awful. And then you make a video to put on the internet where you're essentially complaining like an old person. Because pain is exhausting and causes poor sleep, it also makes you really freaking cranky all of the time. So then even the like most simple things to do in your life become a constant struggle. Things that you take for granted, like going to the freaking bathroom or going around the corner to the shop, become a battle where every sip of water I decide whether or not in 20 minutes I'm going to be able to make it up the stairs so I don't have to urinate in a bottle. And that's a very degrading, it's a degrading physical situation for a start, but it's more important what happens to you, you know, mentally, how pathetic and useless one can feel about that. As I'm sure you can imagine, all of those things adding together kind of kills your, I suppose you'd call it, your self-esteem. Never have I felt like such a pathetic person where I spent like 18 hours a day on the computer with my leg up doing nothing else, but it makes you feel like such a worthless piece of such and such. And then of course, because you're sleep deprived and you have like no emotional stability or like physical ability, it completely like shoots out your brain, so you can't do anything because of just the mental and physical state you're in. You can't concentrate on anything. Work that should take you 2 hours takes you an entire day. And then of course there's kind of the worst one, that all of this leads to a situation where eventually your friends can't be bothered with you and you can't go to those things because the physical and mental effort required to do so is draining to the point where you might as well not bother. Isolation and feelings of helplessness and uselessness are probably the worst thing about chronic pain, because it's this awful like cycle of I suck and therefore I can't do this thing, and So I guess I'm hoping that from this you learn a little insight into the psychological torment of those who are chronically in pain. Not just like me, but I mean like there are probably people in your life and in your family most likely that have trouble doing things. It kind of snowballs every day for them, and you have to remember that, because they want to have normal lives and they want to do the things that you want to do, and they want to do them with you, and they want to have a happy-go-lucky kind of life. But pain makes everything more difficult. I don't know if I'm just pointing out the obvious here, but as I'm in so much pain, I didn't really have anything else to talk about. Sorry. On the other hand, it is you know, kind of cool when people compare your cynical badassness and leg pain to you being Dr. House. That's always pretty cool.